This is Meghan Markle's sickest stunt yet.
Walking in the distance. And then not long after that humiliation, obviously this is on the stage, everybody's there watching it.
Also, this is the same town that her mother-in-law passed away in. Prince Harry says it was due to paparazzi, and Meghan's literally chasing these flashbulbs throughout the city.
They really hate each other now, and they cannot hide it anymore.
Get ready, because this story is real, not just rumors. It's like watching a car accident happen really slowly on video. In New York City, with camera flashes, fancy royal names, and one person in the crowd who yelled loud enough to be heard. "Stop using our children." The happy face disappeared. Harry's mouth became tight. Meghan's hands squeezed hard without thinking. That wasn't a normal fancy event moment. That was the noise of a perfect story breaking apart. From that moment forward, every camera flash felt like a lightning bolt. Shiny, freezing, and mean. And what nobody watching that night knew was the big fight that began many months before, somewhere really far away from Manhattan. Because before they went to New York, they were in Paris. And Paris is the place where everything started to go wrong.
She was the villain.
How was she dangerous?
Because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image.
When cameras were on, they seemed perfect. Two rule breakers changing what royalty means. When cameras were off, people close to them say the plan had begun to go bad. Every fancy party showed the same thing happening. Meghan acting for newspaper stories. Harry getting smaller and more quiet. At the Kevin Costner party, do you remember that weird microphone moment? She tried to hold his hand. He moved away like touching hurt him. That was the quiet beginning of their ending. New York came after that. Same people acting, but talking less. Hold on, what made him change so much? The reason is a city that really likes fashion and a road tunnel that still gives him scary dreams.
They seem to be doing more and more things completely separate of each other. But I've noticed a real shift. It seems that Harry is the one being elevated. It's Harry being asked to go to events and not Meghan.
Let's begin with the first proof, what happened in Paris. Sitting in front at Balenciaga, camera flashes all around. This was meant to be Meghan's big amazing comeback time, her exciting return to the rich fashion people. But secretly, people who knew things whispered something that made the whole picture different. The clothes weren't actually hers at all. She borrowed them, gave them back. Price tag was still on. In the fashion business, that's not called styling. That's a secret embarrassment. You have to borrow when clothing companies don't believe you'll make them look good. It stopped being fancy anymore. It was feeling desperate while wearing expensive shoes. Then the tunnel happened. The Ponte El Alma, the exact same spot where Princess Diana died. And that's the place where Meghan's workers filmed her, smiling gently, pulling her scarf tight, cameras recording everything. She said later she didn't realize where she was. But seriously, Meghan learned about Diana like studying for a test. Every piece of clothing, every movement, every sad event. To her, that tunnel meant something symbolic. To Harry, it was disrespectful and wrong. That was the exact moment the space between them started. And when that video appeared on the internet, his reaction was explosive, away from cameras and not planned. Now, here's the second proof, what happened at the hotel. People who saw it say that night Harry finally lost his temper. He asked her how she could make the spot where his mother was killed into social media posts. Her response was peaceful and emotionless. It's just a video. It's not that serious. But to him, it was holy and special ground. That sentence hurt worse than any news story ever did, because for Harry, that tunnel wasn't just Paris. It was like being stuck between heaven and hell. After that moment, he didn't shout anymore. He became very quiet, and sometimes not talking says more than being angry ever could. And last, the third proof, what happened in New York. Jump ahead to that red carpet time. The cameras snapping pictures, the people clapping loudly, the fake appearance still working, but watch carefully. The way bodies moved told a completely different story. He pulled backward. She pushed forward. She grinned for the photographers. He grinned to make it through them. That's not real love. That's like acting in a play. Every look was practiced beforehand. Every single touch was perfectly timed. Two humans pretending to have a dead marriage for people watching who've already quit believing them. And still, that wasn't even the most unusual thing.
This weekend, she decided to invoke the memory of dead Princess Diana in a deliberate attempt to terrorize her long-suffering husband, Prince Harry.
Again, I have to be careful.
Together like salt and pepper. And given that this is a woman who he has chosen to lose everything for.
In just a few hours, Twitter became like detective investigators. Videos played in slow motion, individual pictures studied closely. Did you notice that eye roll? Look at his hand getting loose. TikTok named it the divorce glare. Reddit called it the hostage smile. Funny pictures went everywhere online. Harry with words saying, "Blink twice if you're trapped." Meghan's big smile photoshopped onto scary movie advertisements. One person watching wrote, "If this was a Netflix show, they'd name it The Crown, final season, The Breakup." Would you trust her if you watched that video? Write your answer in the comments because the internet already decided what it thinks.
But if there were a divorce, it would be a more dignified way of extricating him from the situation.
The simmering tension between the duplicitous Duke and his facelift-enhanced wife. Here's the red carpet arrival.
Hey, Paris, when are you going upstairs?
After the Paris angry reactions, something different happened inside the palace buildings, too. Stories went around that King Charles was secretly thinking about taking away the final connection, their royal titles from Meghan. That title, Duchess of Sussex, is like breathing air. Without having it, she's only Meghan Markle again. And in Hollywood, that name doesn't help sell magical stories anymore. For Harry, the title means something completely different. Feeling sorry about his choices, it's the final piece left of a kingdom he gave up for craziness and confusion. If he leaves right now, he accepts he gave up everything for absolutely nothing. So they both stay together. She stays for staying important and famous. He stays for his self-respect. It's not two people working together, it's making a deal.
You completely see that she is shaken by this.
Maybe he is still very upset over her stunt over in Paris. I can't imagine that didn't go unnoticed by him.
No trust. Meghan, who is focused on the future, while Harry has one foot in the past, is very business about it, the source says.
Every romantic story finishes eventually. Some end in flames and heat, other ones end in ice and coldness. There's turn frozen right in front of our eyes because what started as fighting against the royal crown turned into a kingdom full of opposites and lies. The woman who talked about wanting privacy made her suffering into newspaper tours and interviews. The man who said cameras ruined his growing-up years now lives behind a camera lens one more time. Paris showed everyone the real truth. New York made it certain and definite. This isn't royalty being born again new. It's royalty that's been practiced and rehearsed. They're not two partners with shared goals. They're actors together in a show that's losing viewers. And the people who watch can sense it strongly. The special connection is completely gone. The fake appearance has broken into pieces. The magical fairy tale is almost out of gas. If they can change sadness and loss into selling their image, what other things have they changed and rewritten?
Meghan is doing her own thing. Harry, go whatever with you. I'm doing what I want to do.
For them. Well, of course, they have poisoned the pond to such an extent, but she has poisoned it irretrievably.
So, here we find ourselves right now. Paris was where it all began. New York was what came after everything happened. And somewhere in between the tunnel and the red carpet event, love silently walked out the door. Maybe there won't be an official announcement to reporters. Maybe there'll just be less smiling, fewer times being seen together, fewer reasons to keep faking and pretending. Because when everything's finished, Meghan didn't lose the palace and the royals. She lost the whole story and plan. If you enjoy scandals served cold, click the subscribe button. This story is only just getting started and beginning. The bright lights might go away and disappear, but believe me, the quiet talking and rumors absolutely never stop.